Dear students, in this video we will discuss about manures and fertilizers, and I think we have already discussed about it, but over here a well maintained explanation is also required. That's why let us explain about it, and after this video I will give you the screenshot by which you could be able to write down the notes whatever being explained over here. See, the natural methods alone are not enough to maintain the fertility of soil. Therefore, farmers have to add manures and fertilizers to the soil for making up the deficiency of plant nutrients and organic matter in the soil. Okay, now what is manure? Let us understand about the manure. Manure is a natural substance. What kind of substance? Natural substance, which is prepared by the decomposition of plant and animal wastes. Manure is a natural substance. It is prepared by the decomposition of plants and animal wastes. So we can say easily, such kind of natural substances which are being prepared by the decomposition of plant and animal wastes called manure. Okay. Now what are the plants and animal wastes? So when we are talking about the plant and animal waste, these include such as cow dung, dead leaves, dead insects and vegetable wastes, etc. by the action of microbes. Means by the action of microbes only, such cow dung, dead leaf, dead insects and vegetable wastes are being decomposed, and by the utilization of that decomposed material the manure will be formed. It is a process of manure formation. Now since such different kind of wastes are decomposed and gathered together by microbial action to form the manure, hence it is naturally rich in humus, that is they have excess amount of desired quantity of organic matter, which is being helpful for the fertility of to raise the fertility of you can say land, or to make the soil fertile. Hence this humus is very useful for the plants. Now how many kinds of manures? There are three kinds of manures. Number one is green manure. Normally the kind of manure which are being formed by the utilization of green crops, these are called green manure. So the practices of green manure includes growing mulching by plugging and mixing of green crops with soil to improve physical structure and soil fertility. This is all about the green manure. Generally this quick growing leguminous and non-leguminous plants are used as a green manure. This is all about green manure. Now second one is farmyard manure. There are three kinds of manure, we already understand about it. Number one, green manure. Number two, farmyard manure, and third one is compost. What are farmyard manure? So the farmyard manure, it consists of cattle excreta like dung, urine, roughages and fodder. We all know about it. These waste materials are collected daily from the cattle shed and stored in a pit for decomposition by the microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. It contains nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. The major quantity of the microelements like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, NPK, these are being contained by this farmyard manure. Subsequently it is used as manure. So this is about farmyard manure. Now the third one is compost. See, the compost is being prepared from the farm and town refuse such as excreta of domestic animals, human excreta, sewage waste, weeds, crop stubble and straw, etc. We are generally used biocompost also for the electric supply also. So we all know about it finally. Now the advantage of manure. What are certain advantages of manure? So there are in general certain advantages of manure which are I am just explaining over here. Number one, this manure enriches the soil with humus. Manure is enriched with soil, the soil with humus. A great amount of humus is present, that is organic matter is found in manure. So the manure enriches the soil with humus. Second one is it increases the water holding capacity of the soil. Okay. Third one is it improves the soil texture, and the fourth one is it improves the crop yield. What are the advantages of manure? Number one, it by the dint of manure, the soil could be able to get more and more organic matter with its humus nature. Okay, the humusness is found in manure, so this is the first advantage. Second one, it leads to the water holding capacity of the soil. You just remember it. Third one is to improve the soil texture, and fourth one is to improve the crop yield. Just to maintain the enriched amount of humus, just to increase the water holding capacity, just to improve the soil texture, and just to improve the crop yielding capacity. These are the advantages of manure. This is all about the manure over here. Now let us know something about the fertilizers. See, these fertilizers are nothing but the organic compounds which containing nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus. N for nitrogen, P for phosphorus and K for potassium. NPK. They are prepared in the factories. Different fertilizers are used for different plant according to their requirement. This NPK means the fertilizer containing nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. CAN means the fertilizer contain calcium, ammonium and nitrate. In 1 mark or generally it is being asked, what do you know about the NPK? What is NPK and what is CAN? So NPK leads with the nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus, whereas nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, whereas CAN leads with the calcium, ammonium and nitrate. Okay. Now the advantages of the fertilizers. See, the fertilizers also have some advantages. What are those advantages? So number one is fertilizers provide nutrients to the soil immediately in concentrated form. Fertilizers provide nutrients to the soil immediately in concentrated form. They are easy to use. Okay, they are easily available in all seasons. They increase crop yield tremendously, and they are easy to store and transport. These are the main advantages of the fertilizers. We all discussed about it. So this is all about the manure and fertilizer as well as the natural method of the crop soil fertility. So the first factor is being completed. The first factor is being completed about soil fertility. Now second factor is factors affecting improvement in food resources is the availability of water. How much amount of water availability is required? What are their conditions of the availability is required? These things are and how this water availability and its supply also leads. So when it comes to water availability, it gives an idea regarding irrigation. By the dint of irrigation, we could be able to fulfill the requirement of water availability for our plant growth and development. Okay. The main sources of water availability are you can say certain wells, certain canals, rivers and tanks, etc. These things are the main sources, or you can say main resources of irrigation. Okay. Now water is essential for crop production, we all know. Therefore, the process of providing water to crops at different intervals is called irrigation. Okay. There are certain methods of irrigation also. We will just introduce about that, and I will give you one by one all these things in a proper note. Just after this video, I will going to give that note in the form of screenshot. Don't worry about it. Just listen it carefully. Fine. So in traditional method of irrigations, we have you can say there are two methods of irrigation. Number one, traditional method of irrigation. Number two, modern method of irrigation. In traditional method of irrigations, these irrigation through wells, ponds, lakes, canals, these things are being done, and the rahat, the moat, the dhekli and the chain pumps are utilized for the water availability. Now in modern methods of irrigation, to fulfill the water supply, the two things are mainly required. Two methods are mainly being in use. Number one is sprinkler irrigation. This sprinkler is very useful for the sandy soil. In this type of irrigation, this is the best on uneven lands. Where water is available in small quantity. Where the water is available in very small quantity, over there only the sprinkler irrigation is required and it is being done. Okay. Now the second one is drip irrigation. This drip irrigation, specially prepared nozzles by which these nozzles are attached to these lateral pipes, and these nozzles are grounded just near the roots of the plant, which provides water to plant drop by drop. See, drip irrigation means the water availability to the plant drop by drop. How it happens? So it happens by the dint of certain nozzles which are being prepared on the water pipe, and it is discussed that the specially prepared nozzles attached to the lateral pipes, by the dint of which the plants are able to get their water supply in a drop by drop method. In this irrigation, water falls drop by drop just at the position of the root, so it is called drip system. This is the best technique of watering fruity plants, gardens and trees. This is all about the irrigation method. So by these three things finished, and thereafter two things finished: the solubility, the fertility of soil, the availability of water. Third one is climatic condition. See, climatic condition is also required for the you can say crop improvement. Like if we are having kharif, so for kharif products like cultivation of rice and you can say maize, definitely it leads the rainy season because it needs a large amount of water. So the climatic conditions for large amount of water, that is rainy seasons for kharif, whereas the winter climatic condition is required for the rabi crops like wheats. And after all, pest or disease resistance is also required. So about disease and pest resistance, certain kind of pesticides, herbs resistance, certain kind of herbicides, and for weed resistance, certain kind of weedicides are being utilized, so that our desired amount of plant or our desired variety of plant only being cultivated in our desired area of the land. So in this video we are going to finish today about the improvement, the factors which are affecting improvement in food resources. Finally, after this, in next videos, in next class, we will discuss about the other things. So thank you for watching it. Thank you to be connected in this video, and just go through the complete notes, note down it properly, and if any question, you can raise your question today. By this we are going to end our today's class. Thank you.